Hi everyone, I'm Adam Brady, Chopra educator and certified meditation, yoga, and mind-body wellness instructor. And in this video, what I'd like to do is essentially two things. First, I'd like to help you understand some of the incredible value behind a practice of meditation, especially during this particular time. And then secondly, teach you an easy and effortless meditation technique that you can do with me in the video, or that you can kind of take as your own and practice whenever you like and use it as a foundation of a regular meditation practice going forward. But before we talk about those things, let's just take a moment to step back and look at where we find ourselves right now. Our society, our culture, both the world at large, our country, and ourselves as individuals, we've probably never been through anything like this before. So we're all in uncharted territory, and that can make us feel anxious, worried, afraid, uncertain, frustrated. All of these emotions and these feelings are very normal under these types of circumstances. So don't feel bad if you're feeling that way. What's really more important is finding a way to effectively cope with that. And in my experience, as somebody who's been practicing meditation for quite some time, meditation is really the most powerful and time-tested tool that we have for helping us regulate our stress, manage our awareness, and settle ourselves down. And it's really, really powerful at times like this. So although there are about 100 or more different benefits to a regular meditation practice, I'm going to just focus on 4 in particular that are especially beneficial right now. So the first one is that it helps you manage your stress. It just helps you bring your awareness and settle yourself down, because right now we're in this state of perpetual long-term chronic stress. And our systems are designed to have this response, and it's used in the short term for fight or flight, to escape whenever we're in danger, to run away, to defend ourselves. That's great. We need that. However, when we are holding on to it and we're keeping it in this prolonged state, that's very damaging to our mind-body system, and it just feels horrible. And you can probably think back to like a very stressful situation or something that's going on right now in your life where you're probably feeling a little bit more amped up. Your heart rate goes up, your blood pressure goes up, your respiration is elevated, you might be a little bit more prone to breaking out into a sweat, your circulation is driving all of the blood flow into your big muscles for escaping or defending yourself, your arms and legs, so your digestion's a little bit thrown off. You've got stress chemicals in your system like adrenaline and cortisol, and overall you just don't feel that great. And that's a kind of a wired state. We are kind of primed for an emergency exit, and that, like I said, it's great in the short term, but right for a prolonged situation, not at all healthy, and it doesn't feel good. So the benefit of meditation, the most nuts and bolts physiological benefit of meditation, is that it helps you relax and serves as an antidote to that stress response. As you sit down to meditate, what happens is that your mind and body settle. You start to calm down. That elevated heart rate or blood pressure or respiration start to come down. The stress chemicals get eliminated from your system more easily and effortlessly. Your circulation gets balanced back out, and you just start to feel calmer and more settled, both during the meditation practice. That's really important. And when you sit down to meditate, you're going to feel better almost instantly because things will settle down. But not only that, it's something that if you practice meditation regularly, it will carry over into your daily activity, because what starts happening is over time you begin to reprogram your nervous system, and things that stressed you out before aren't going to have the ability to cause you to be so thrown off balance if you're a long-term meditator. So that's the first and most fundamental benefit of a regular meditation practice. The second benefit is that it helps strengthen your immune system. So this is really, really important right now. I would think everybody wants to have a strong immune system to be able to defend against whatever's out in the environment right now. So how does this happen? Well, there are 3 ways that this takes place when you practice meditation. First, when that stress response is brought back down, it frees up more energy for your immune system. Under normal circumstances, your immune system needs a lot of energy. It takes up an enormous amount of energy to defend against whatever germs or pathogens or toxins happen to be in the environment on a regular basis. When you go into that stress response, the immune function isn't considered immediately essential. So the stress response pulls energy away from your nervous system and from your immune defense system. So what happens in the long term, if you're in this chronic stress state like we are right now, what ends up happening is that your immune function starts to wither and gets weaker and weaker and weaker. Now, when you start to meditate, that brings the stress under control, and then that energy can be brought back to the immune system, and that's really, really important. So it gets its energy back. The second way it does this, and this is some really interesting research that's going on right now, is they found that through the practice of meditation, certain genes are expressed, basically turned on, so that they support your immune system, and they turn off genes that are associated with the inflammation response of your nervous system. So we want to reduce inflammation and we want to strengthen the immune system. And when we practice meditation, it causes the expression of the genes that support the immune system and turns off the genes that cause inflammation. That's amazing. Just through sitting down, closing your eyes, repeating a mantra or doing some breath work, then that starts to activate your nervous system to turn off that inflammation response and turn on the response of your immune system. Really, really cool stuff right there. The third way it helps to benefit your immune system is it activates what we can call the inner pharmacy. In other words, your body knows how to heal itself, and it can only do that when it's in the right state. At any given time, your physiology, your mind-body system is either in kind of a self-defense mode or a growth and restoration mode. It can't be in both at the same time. So what we're going for here when we practice meditation is activating that system, that rest and digest, the restful awareness response of our nervous system that allows your body to heal itself. It knows what to do if it's given the ability to do so, if it has the energy to do so. So that's what's really, really important when we practice meditation. Your immune system, your body's natural and innate ability to heal itself is activated and supported through that practice. So those are the first two benefits. The third benefit, this gets a little bit more on the mental and psychological side, is that it starts to build compassion. When you practice meditation over time, you start to experience kind of the dissolving of the barriers between you and the rest of the world. You start to feel closer to people. You recognize that we're kind of all in this together. And that's really important right now. We don't want to feel like we're all by ourselves. It's a struggle because a lot of us are feeling isolated. We're away from people we want to be around and the activities like we normally want to do. So right now, it's really important to build compassion, to think not just about ourselves, but how can we help others? And whether it's through a specific compassion-building practice of meditation or just through a breathing meditation or a mantra meditation, it has a powerful effect to help you feel more connected to other people so that you can ask, how can I help you? How can I serve? Can I be there to listen? Can I maybe support you in some way? Even though I can't be with you physically, can I call? Can I talk to you? Can I give you something? Can I maybe deliver groceries for your elderly neighbor or something that just allows you to help serve? And that's really, really powerful. Plus, it also helps to build a sense of optimism, of compassion, of hope, of positivity. And that's what we need right now. We don't need to be caught up in the gravity well of negativity and fear and anxiety. Now, that's the third benefit. So now the fourth benefit is the expansion of awareness. In other words, you start to level up your consciousness. And what I mean by that is over time, with the regular practice of meditation, you'll find that you start to expand in your awareness. You see the world from a bigger picture, and you kind of pull yourself up out of the force field of fear and worry and anxiety. The fight or flight response is probably the most primitive and basic response of our nervous system. So it's way down on the low end of the consciousness scale. As you continue to evolve, especially through the practice of meditation, then you'll find that you go up to the reactive response and then up to the restful awareness response. And restful awareness is where the real change starts to happen. As we settle down, as we unpack that stress, then we can expand our awareness. We can kind of pull ourselves out of that space. And what's really amazing about this end of the spectrum of meditation is that when you start to understand that awareness and consciousness is a field, it's like a big, gigantic spider's web. When you pluck one strand, the whole web shakes. So what I'm saying here is that when you practice meditation, as you start to settle yourself down and you calm down, you're not just benefiting yourself, which you absolutely are, but you're spreading waves of coherence and stillness and peace throughout that entire field of consciousness. So you might be thinking, like, a lot of us are feeling very helpless right now. It's like, I can't do anything. I don't know how I can help other people, or how can I serve somebody else if I'm stuck in my house all the time. By practicing meditation, it helps settle your awareness, and then that stillness ripples out into the world. And the more of us that are doing that, the more that starts to settle everything down. So we can feel more peaceful, more calm, more focused, more centered, and more able to help and serve the world. So those are the 4 key benefits right now that I think are so very, very powerful. Like I said, there are lots of other benefits to meditation, but right now I think those 4 key benefits of just being able to manage and reduce your own stress, to help strengthen your immune system, to build compassion and expand your consciousness, I think those are the most beneficial aspects of a meditation practice. So with that said, now that you know the benefits, I'm going to lead you through a very simple meditation practice. Let me just give you the basics and the outline of what this type of technique is. This is called a mantra meditation, and it's very, very simple. It's effortless, it's easy, it's comfortable. The word mantra has a specific meaning. It means mental instrument. Man means mind, and tra means tool or instrument. Basically, what this boils down to is that you're going to be repeating a sound in your mind, silently, to yourself. You're not going to say it out loud, you're just going to think it. And as you do that, thoughts will come in, you might notice sensations in your body, or there might be sounds in the environment or in the background of the video. All those things are fine. All you have to do is just keep bringing your attention back to that sound, that mantra, back and forth. And the mantra itself has no meaning, which is important because when you have a mantra that has meaning, your mind might stay engaged with the meaning of that word. With this mantra, there's no meaning. It's just used for the vibration, essentially like a speed bump, to interrupt the thought traffic, to slow it down a little bit. And as you do this, back and forth, thought mantra, things start to settle a little bit. And you'll notice your body relaxing. Your heart rate will come down. Your blood pressure is coming down. Your respiration is slowing down. All those things that we mentioned about managing the stress response are starting to happen. And this isn't something that you force. You're not struggling. You're not trying to concentrate. You're not stressing or being tense in any way. It should be very relaxed, effortless, and easy. So I'll guide you through it. And just before we begin, a few basics of like how to sit, how you want to be positioned for this. Sit comfortably, whatever is comfortable for your body. You don't have to have a ramrod straight spine, but the straighter the better. It helps hold your awareness and your attention, plus it allows some of the subtle energy in your body to flow more easily. You can practice meditation lying down. However, your body is so used to doing one thing when you lie down, which is sleeping, you might fall asleep. So just be aware of that. But sitting comfortably, whatever position is best for your body, that might be in a chair, on a couch. I'm just using a cushion and a back jack, so whatever works for your body is just fine. Sit comfortably. We will close our eyes, because as we close our eyes, that brings our awareness within. We want to kind of think about meditation as an inward stroke. We're going within. We spend so much of our day, and even sometimes in the evening, our attention is going out into the world, so now we're going to pull it back in for just a few minutes. So we'll close our eyes, we'll settle down. I'll lead you through just a little bit of nice full deep breathing to begin, because that helps activate the parasympathetic nervous system, which is the rest and digest part of our nervous system, just to calm things down a little bit and set the tone for the meditation. And then I'll just guide you through it with very simple and effortless instructions. We're only going to meditate for maybe 5 or 7 minutes at the most. Now you can, once you get this technique, whether you're doing it with the video or whether, okay, I've got it, I understand it, then you can go on your own. If you want to go up to like 20 minutes, you'll find that the longer that you meditate, the more that settling effect gets really, really profound. But in the beginning, even if you've never meditated before, this is your first time, you should probably notice some settling down from the very, very first time you meditate. So the idea is just to relax, enjoy, so you can unpack some of that stress, settle in, and then you can experience some of those benefits that we were just talking about. Okay, so if you're ready to begin, allow yourself to get nice and comfortable, whatever that position is. It doesn't have to be cross-legged. It just whatever feels best for your body, sitting relatively upright. Once you're seated and comfortable, allow your eyes to close. And now we're going to take a couple nice, full, deep breaths. So inhale, full and deep. And just hold that for a moment. And now slowly release. Let's do that 2 more times. Inhale. Hold. And exhale. One more time. Breathe in. Hold it for a moment. And let it go. And now just allow your breathing to be natural, easy, and effortless. Don't try to control it or manipulate it in any way. Just breathe naturally and easily. Maybe noticing the sensations of your breathing. Now on your next inhalation, silently to yourself, think the word so. And now as you exhale, think the word hum. Again, so on the inhale, hum on the exhale. So, hum. There's no particular speed, rhythm, or pitch. No need to force or concentrate. Just think the mantra easily and effortlessly. Whenever you notice your attention drifting away from the mantra, which it will, to a sound in the environment, a sensation in your body, or a thought in your mind, easily and effortlessly and without judgment, bring your attention back to the mantra. I'll watch the time, and when you hear the chime ring once again, just stop repeating the mantra and continue to sit comfortably with your eyes closed for a few moments. Enjoy. Please stop repeating the mantra and just sit comfortably with your eyes closed for a few moments, allowing the stillness and the silence to sink in. And let's conclude this meditation by taking a nice full deep breath in. Slowly let that go. And whenever it's comfortable for you, allow your eyes to float back open. So hopefully you found that comfortable and relaxing. This is the basic practice. It's very simple. It's effortless. It shouldn't be any struggle whatsoever. We're not trying to force or concentrate, as I mentioned. So just this continual process of noticing your attention drifting away from the mantra and bringing it back. That's the process that allows your mind to settle down over time. Sometimes it'll happen quickly, other times it'll take a little bit longer, but that's all you really need to do. And there are only about 4 things that can happen when you practice this type of technique. 1, you first notice the mantra. Maybe you've never said so hum before, you think it's a little bit odd, and so you just kind of lock on to that. That's perfectly normal. Remember, the mantra is meant to be said or repeated to yourself effortlessly and easily. It's almost more like a whisper in your awareness. You're not trying to say it or articulate it as much as you're almost trying to listen for it. So don't try to force it, just let it flow with the breath, so on the inhale and hum on the exhale. The second thing that you might have experienced is thoughts. Thoughts are part of the process. It's okay to have thoughts when you meditate. That's a common misconception, is that when you sit down to meditate, all of a sudden there will be no thoughts. That's really not how it works. The thoughts come and they go. All you have to do is just guide your attention back to the mantra. The thoughts could be about tomorrow or yesterday. They could be memories or desires or visions or moods or emotions. All those things are classified as thoughts, and all you need to do is bring your attention back to the mantra. Pretty simple. The third thing that can happen is that you might have felt a little bit drowsy or sleepy, or you may have fallen asleep. And considering the amount of chronic stress that most of us are under right now, if you give us the opportunity to sit down and close our eyes, it's a real good chance that you might fall asleep. So don't feel bad if you fell asleep. That's a little bit different than the experience that you have when you meditate, but it's okay. If that's what your body needs, get the rest that you need. Getting enough sleep is very, very important here during this time as well. So if you fell asleep, that's okay. Now, if you have a regular meditation practice and you're falling asleep all the time, it might be an indicator that you need to get more sleep. But even long-term meditators who have been doing it for a long time, every now and then they fall asleep. So don't feel bad if that happens. The last thing that can happen is that you just experience some pure stillness. There's no thought, there's no mantra, and it just feels like the floor falls out and everything becomes very, very still. That's normal as well. It doesn't, it may not be something that you're used to experiencing. It's happening all the time. We're slipping into the space between our thoughts. But now when we practice meditation, we just become more aware of it. And there's no thought, there's no mantra. It feels like the time has stopped for a moment. And then you come back and you're like, oh, okay, that was the stillness in between the thoughts. So all of these things, all 4 of these experiences are perfectly normal and natural. And it doesn't matter which one happens. You're still getting the benefit from the meditation. So don't get hung up on it having to be a particular thing happen when you meditate. Just do the practice consistently and regularly, and you're going to find those benefits starting to accrue into your life. So that's pretty much what I wanted to offer to you today, is help you understand those really important benefits of being able to manage your stress, boost your immune system, build compassion, and kind of level up your consciousness through the practice of meditation, and just how to do this very, very simple technique that anybody can do. And I just want you to understand that if you're feeling helpless or you feel kind of isolated and alone, this is a powerful, powerful, powerful thing to do right now. So taking time to care for yourself, to manage your stress, to go within, it is going to have an effect on you, your long-term well-being, as well as the greater world that we're all a part of. So please take the time for yourself to do this, and recognize that there's probably no better time to learn to meditate and make it a regular part of your life than right now. So please consider adding this into your wellness toolkit, and finding time on a regular basis daily is really the best way to do it. Meditating once or twice a day 5 or 10 minutes like this can have a profound effect on your overall well-being, and then it forms a habit and it becomes more and more your way of life to be in that stillness more of the time. So it's a really, really powerful thing to do. So please take advantage of it. Recognize that calm is a superpower, and this is probably the best way to harness that stillness and that calm. So thank you for joining me, and hopefully you enjoyed the video. If you'd like to leave comments below, please do so. And hopefully we'll have more videos of this kind coming forth. But thank you for joining me, and don't hesitate to like and share. Thank you. Namaste.